Hey everyone, welcome to SF Garnish Music Productions. My name is Justin Anchetta, and I'm here today for quick tips on Ableton Live 10 Suite with Push 2. And I'm going to get through this probably in about 5 minutes, so if you want to slow this down, go ahead and just do that with your YouTube or something. We have plenty more tips at sf.garnishmusicproduction.com. I'm going to go in really quickly and just get through these points. Here you see the Ableton Push 2 here, with Ableton in the background, and we are going to go through some basic steps of how to set up everything here. So let's see here. There we go. All right, so orders of creation. So once you get really good at one way of creating a song, go ahead and stick to that until you feel really competent, and then go to a new one. I'm going to show you guys a quick way that I'm doing it with the Push 2 right here. Okay, so I'll keep this open real big, and here we go. I'm engaging the click track to start off, and you guys can hear that. Now, if you want to just put that in your ear, you can actually make your cue out go to 3/4. This means you have to have an audio interface that has more than just 1-2 outputs. I have XR18, and now it's only in my inner ear, so you guys aren't hearing it, but it allows me to be able to play in tempo. Now I'm going to add a device by pressing add a device, and I'm on the first track. And I'm going to go in and add keys right away. And I'll do one. Oh yeah, so these are my favorites. This is how I can get there really fast, is getting to your favorites. Okay, and that's one of our tips for the day, is make your favorites and possibly make a template as well. All right, and then after you're on that, you just go ahead and press load. And now that's loaded on. Now the scale we're on is C major, that's fine. We'll just stay there. Actually, let's do A minor. Keep it a little more. I often go into mix and mix it the way I want. Okay, now the scale as well is set into fourths right here. You're going to want to change that to thirds if you want to do good 1-3-5 chords very easily. Now see, in the very beginning there's a little bit of a pause, so I'm going to press clip over here. Alright. And you can also adjust the clip to make it the length that you want. You can also press delete or undo as an option. So I'm going to cut that, crop it off. Simple. Go ahead and we're going to add in our next device, which would be drums, and load that. All right. So this is one that you could actually play along. But you can also just make these hits where you want. Okay, so I'm on the kick right now, and then I have my snare, and I'll have these there, and then my hi-hat on the offs. And one way to do this is also to know where your grid is, right? You can also play it live. 100% because I'm eventually going to put a groove on this and make it really feel good. Now if you want to go add a new track, because I don't have any more MIDI here, and I want to add a bass, I'm going to press add track instead of add device, and go into MIDI track. Collections is where all my favorites are, and I have my bass tone that I like, the hip hop, and I'll load that in. And it is already in the right key. Quantizing that. Now in session view, you can also see that when you press duplicate, it creates more of these tracks going down. And that's in a moment when I often step over to this section and just cut certain things out, right? Maybe I don't want that always going on right there. And the click is still in my ear. I can also take that off so I don't need to hear that anymore. All right, so this is a really simple way to use Ableton Live with the Push 2. If you're doing it manually, you can see all my favorites are right here. I would really suggest getting your favorites together. And one more thing that I wanted to share with you is that once you have a template that you really like, in your preferences, you can save the current set as a default. And when you press that, it will start the next session with this preset. I wouldn't probably do it with too much on it, but maybe some of these instruments you might like. You could also get into different VSTs and plugins already on certain channels, and that might help your flow. One of the ways that I try and stay creative is to set myself up just to walk in and be able to start playing the beat and the feel that I want to do. The last thing I want to show you, this is kind of going above and beyond what I was going to do, but pretty awesome little bit around the groove pool. You can save your own grooves. I'm just going to stick this groove down here in this groove area, right? You can expand that just by here. I guess you can see that now. Down on the bottom, I'm expanding that out. And I can put this groove on these tracks. So I've selected all of this area, and instantly I can click down here on the clips and put the groove right here. Now this is just grooving to 16ths, but if you want to change that to an 8th note triplet, totally changes it up. And then back to normal again. So you can actually do certain things where certain tracks are engaging the triplet and certain tracks are not, right? So these ones right here might engage the triplet, 8th note, and the ones above it are not going to engage anything. I'll just say none here, right? Totally straight, and then swung, and then back into straight again. This could actually be like a break in your song. So some pretty cool, quick things you can do with Ableton 10 Suite. If you like what you see in here, please like and subscribe to our page. Go to sf.garnishmusicproduction.com. And this last bit right here, I just want to share with you a little bit more around the rough mixes, making sure that you can save your mixes in the appropriate way. So if I'm in Ableton right here, I'm going to, let's see, you guys aren't seeing my drop down menu here. Now you will. All right. So I'm going to go save as, and I normally do save as way before I do any audio recording, because you want to make sure that you save it to the location, all of those audio files which take up the most room. MIDI files are pretty small. You already have that information on your program. So let's go ahead and I would just name this as today's date, 3/20, and let's see here, you guys want to see this as well. There we go. And I would call this test 1. And now this is going to be saved into your files. I've actually created a file, Ableton All, right here, and I've put different project folders here. So this one for now I'll just put in the main, but I often have different bands in different project folders. The reason why I'm going through the save process with you is because saving this before you do your audio is really important, so that when you come back to this again, you really know where your files are, they're all organized, and you can start doing a lot of the refining, the editing, the mixing of your song that you want to do. One more thing is that the reason why down below I said you can possibly create a template for yourself is that sometimes templates can limit you to what you've already done. So I often like to start from scratch, and that's been something really good with the Ableton Push device, is that it really allows you to start from scratch and add in your different MIDI and audio tracks without looking at the screen too much, and you can really use it as a physical device, as an instrument. And the key selections are pretty awesome as well. I guess I could just show that to you really quick here. So right here, the notes in scale, I press scale right here when I'm in this, and it shows right here, you can't see it too well on the screen, but it has all the different options of C, G, D, A, E, D, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all right? All the sharps and flats, keys, Dorian, all the different modes. It even goes into the Hungarian minor, which is an awesome scale, and it really allows you to lead in some really beautiful keys instantly. So I can just go to the Hungarian minor, and an example of that, let's see, let's go ahead and try doing a lead, might as well. Just for ear training's sake, it's really cool to actually instantly hear the Hungarian minor, where those augmented and diminished notes are in the scale. So if you like what you see in here, please like and subscribe to our page. My name is Justin Anchetta with SF Garnish Music Production. Go to our website if you want to learn from our program. We have short 18 and 36-hour workshops all the way up to 120-hour producer program and 430-hour academy program. And we have classes starting this summer in person and online, and our next academy is starting in September. So please plan ahead, and we'll see you again really soon.